thank you very much. New at 3, it is a hot topic and a big decision for the Shelby County Commission. On Monday, county commissioners debated for 2 hours over where to build a new Shelby County jail. Now, commissioners say they need more information, more time before choosing a location. Here to talk more about the debate and other issues affecting Memphis and Shelby County is County Commissioner Henry Brooks. Commissioner, good to see you. It's been a long time. Glad to have you here on 3 at 3.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so happy to be back.
Glad to have you here. So let's talk about last night's meeting. It did go on for a long time, especially when it concerns this issue that could impact a lot of folks, because a lot of folks are saying, I don't know if I want it here in my backyard. How do you view it?
Well, we've heard that before and we understand that. So it's incumbent upon us as policymakers to listen to what the residents, what the community has to say, but it's also incumbent upon us to be good stewards of the money. So I have a history, a pattern, and a record of making sure that I hear first what my constituents, what the community wants, and move from there. So I'm inclined to be on the side of the constituents. I am.
We're hearing still some proposals. A lot of people are saying New Chicago. A lot of folks who live there saying, don't want it. Some people are saying Shelby Farms because the penal farm is there. And we've also heard one report, maybe just keep it downtown, expand it at 201 Poplar. What do you see? What would you like to have?
Well, number one, there was a recommendation by CTAS, that's the County Technical Assistance Association. Now, that's a very reputable group. And what they recommend is something that we really need to heed because that's their expertise. Now, what I like to do is like take our time, slow this down, bring in some other experts so that they can give us some information in terms of what would be a better location. But when you think about New Chicago, you got to remember the old Firestone plant, there was a lot of contamination. There was, soil there that is contaminated, and then you really don't, it hasn't been remediated. There hasn't been any work done over there. So it's a brownfield site. That would cost a lot of money. We need to take that into consideration. We need to just widen the scope, take our time, and find out if there are any developers out there who are willing to pay for their own design as well as find another suitable location.
Because the county itself cannot take on this responsibility alone.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's just too much. We have other constitutional responsibilities that we must take care of. So we need to be good stewards. We need to slow this train down so that we can make sure we're not spending more money than necessary.
Another big issue I know you've weighed in on many times involving term limits.
Yes.
Memphis Shelby County School Board, where do we stand with that? How do you think we should look into this issue? Maybe another ad hoc kind of overview committee or what?
Well, at this point, it's a lot of confusion. There's been recommendation for term limits, but we do not have term limits for the school board, although you do have term limits for county officers. So I'd say, let's look at this, because the schools are very important to us. That's our fiduciary responsibility, our meaning the county court, so county commission. We have the responsibility of funding them. We need to make sure if there are going to be term limits, if we're going to make any changes, that they are the best, that there's not, we need to understand whether or not there's going to be any impact or what the impact will be on existing plans, strategies, what they have in the work.
Do you like what you're hearing about XAI using some of their money, property tax money, to help repair some of our older schools?
I have not studied that because usually when there's free money, there's always some conditions. So before I opine on that, I like to take a deep dive into the research on that, see what's coming behind the dollars. So, I mean, everyone should be a good citizen.
One other issue that is really kind of garnering a lot of news in a lot of other cities. President Trump saying he might send in the National Guard to a lot of cities that have a huge crime rate, Memphis possibly being one of them. Are they needed here? How would you feel about National Guard coming to Memphis?
Well, Alice, there are so many other cities that have huge crime rates, and I'm wondering, is this really about the crime? And we are already paying taxes for law enforcement, for police services, so I'm not sure that there is a warrant or a need or a desire, because there's so many other cities that may have bigger needs than we do. And I have not seen a letter or request from either mayor. So at this point in time, I would just say maybe you need to go elsewhere.
As soon as you hear something, let me know. Commissioner Henry Brooks, glad to have you here. Let's do this again. Please stay in touch.
Real soon.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to take a short break. We will be back in just a moment.